Number 10. Smell more smells. Eyes may be the windows to the soul, but noses are a shortcut to the brain. Aromatherapy isn't just some new age gimmick involving candles and patchouli. Incense. For one thing, even though humans typically rely on sight more for day. Number 9. Cold showers. Although first world conditioning may have you rebelling at the notion of deliberately doing anything uncomfortable, this one is a simple trick with a cascade of benefits. A cold shower is more bracing than a cup of coffee, as an addition to your morning routine. The shock of cold. Number 8. Deny yourself pleasures. But wait, you might be thinking, I was promised no dieting. This sounds suspiciously like dieting. The difference here is that it isn't merely a question of whether you indulge yourself, but of how quickly you go from. Number 7. Think out loud. This is more than a Stuart Smalley-esque daily affirmation or an early warning sign of insanity. Talking to yourself, done correctly, has a similar effect to reading something out loud. It makes you write and think more clearly. Reading internally. Number 6. Have fewer, or no, children. Now you might be thinking, this list is supposed to be things I can do regularly. Isn't not procreating sort of a life decision? Yes, but actively procreating is also a life decision that gets made in a rather compact time. Number 5. Limit your choices. The best choice you can make is to make fewer choices. No, that isn't a paradox. Particularly in the developed world, people are suffering from the tyranny of choice, also known as decision fatigue, because the stress involved in Number 4. Train a pet, or child, or old person. Children are instinctively curious little sponges of neuroplasticity. They come into the world knowing next to nothing, and immediately set to change that, with or without your help. With your help, though, that. Number 3. Remember your mistakes. People like to use phrases like, hey, nobody is perfect, or, I'm only human, to excuse themselves in the aftermath of a screw-up. But keeping these truisms in mind can actually have a much more powerful influence than facile. Number 2. Talk about death. There are few subjects more universally taboo than death. That goes double for when someone is at risk of dying, or already on his or her way out. Trouble is, that is exactly when a little chit-chat about mortality is most important. Number 1. Plant a tree. There is a good chance that any tree you plant will last longer than you do. Depending on the type of tree you plant, you may not even live to see it grow taller than you, or hold up that tire swing you've always wanted. More than almost any other seed,